And Sen, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to look around to kind of see where the various landing points are once someone gets off of this car.
Okay. And the various landing points. Do you mean just the kind of the platform for the station?
Yeah, like where people seem to be gathering and if there's any like markers of like this way towards this destination, so on and so forth. I'm picturing in my mind sort of like a train station with like maps and pointers and things.
Yeah. So it is kind of like a train station. This one is it is a larger station. And in its day, it really did see um, a lot more travel, a lot more hustle and bustle. You do see, uh, if you're thinking about like terminals, there's nothing really like a terminal. You do see signs that kind of point you towards the exit. The few people that have gotten off before you kind of just immediately go heads down and start moving off towards wherever they need to go. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Barring that, I suppose I would look for someone standing around in uniform.
Someone standing around in uniform. Okay.
Yeah, like maybe a guard or whatever this place's version of therein is.
Yeah. So you do see there is one guard who's standing more slumped, slouching, kind of against a wall, kind of propping up the wall as he kind of leans against it. His halberd is resting, leaned up against the wall as well, and you can see he's kind of diligently picking at his nails with the point of his dagger. He's kind of getting in there, digging out little bits, and he's really working on it.
Okay. And I'm assuming that on my ride over, I was not sharing the car with anyone I recognize.
On your right over, no, you were not.
Okay. So I'm going to be kind of keeping an eye out for that while I sidle on over to the slumped guard paying extra close attention to his nails.
Okay, for sure. And as you move over to him, he's again kind of oblivious to you. He is just getting to work, digging in those cuticles.
Excuse me.
Oh,
A moment of your time, sir.
oh, no, you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, yes, citizen. What can I do for you?
I was hoping to find a place where someone with some previous experience might go to look for, armed work.
Oh, yes, no shortage of armed work here. That's for sure. Um, well, you could check in with the captain of the guard. He often organizes defense of the town. You know, we got those morning creatures that like to wander on out of the mist and kind of come our way. Uh,
Mm.
or is if you're looking for more, you know, particular work, you could always
Well,
go check
uh,
with the bank.
with the bank. All right. And whereabouts is that located?
Oh yeah, that would be the Bank of Kundarak, located over western edge of town, as far away from the mist as it can be.
Kondarak. Right. Well, I do kindly appreciate you taking the time to clue in someone new to your fine town.
Absolutely. And Niv, have you had a chance to read that handout yet?
I have. Um,
Okay.
it's short. It's just yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so specifically the bottom part there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And what are you doing?
Um, where was I the one? I wasn't the one digging in my nails.
No,
Okay, that's somebody else. Okay, so
that was a guard.
I'm already at the train station then,
I believe so, unless you're
or
doing something else.
um, I didn't. Oh, it just says meet at the train station. So I didn't know. I guess I'm there. I guess I'm at the train station.
Okay.
And I'm looking for Sen. Do I
Okay.
see him?
Well, you've never met Sen. Uh, you at least
Oh,
not as far
okay.
as you
So
know.
then, so I don't even know how I'm supposed to meet this guy.
No, you know that he's going to meet you at the train station.
So he knows me.
He's going to meet you at the train station.
How do I
And
know? How
and
many
with
people are
that,
at the train station?
and with that, as the rest of the
And
crowd
with
begins to
that,
depart, they've moved off quickly, like I said, to kind of go and handle their business here in the town. It's now just a few people left on the platform. One is, go ahead and describe your character, Ryan, for me.
okay. So the person speaking with the guard is he's average height and build, balding with long blonde hair along the backs and sides, so balding on the top. His skin is kind of like slack on his face, got deep bags under his eyes, uh, lots of burst capillaries in his nose and face, giving a splotchy red look to his otherwise very pale skin.
Are these
He
like species traits?
he looks human.
Human, what with weird extreme skin stuff.
No, he's not green.
No, I
Just
didn't
like
say green. Skin.
Oh, yeah. He's just like old.
It's old.
Yeah, he
Weathered.
appears like late 50s,
Oh,
maybe early
you
60s.
started talking about his veins. I thought he had like a condition or something.
Well, like
No, it's just
rosacea, like the burst capillaries in your
right.
cheeks and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And he's got a big, bushy, also kind of like bleach blonde mustache, like sun bleach blonde, not like chemical bleach.
Do you have a picture of your
Uh,
character? An accurate one?
I do, but that's complicated.
Okay, never mind.
um, he looks like kind of a creepy old man.
Creepy old man.
Yeah,
Bald, average height. build.
ball like think of like a Viking well past his prime,
Okay.
and is just kind of hard up.
How about clothing?
Yeah,
Yes, clothing.
Same.
yes,
He
clothing.
wears those. Yes.
It's
Okay.
like it's kind of ramshackle. It looks effective, but not particularly clean. There's like obvious patch jobs to it. Of note, the battle axe that is strapped to his hip seems to be of particularly fine quality compared to the rest of his gear.
Okay, so you have a fancy axe.
How old would you
So
say
no
this fellow
distinguishing
looks?
features.
Late 50s, early 60s.
Okay, gotcha.
So to me, it sounds like this description is a description of a person I should probably ignore.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for somebody
Potentially.
specific, that specific person should probably, like, I don't know, have something that I can identify.
Potentially.
Uh-huh.
However,
Okay.
Sen, you also see, in addition to the guard, you see a. Well, Jay, why don't you go ahead and describe your character for me?
I'm a high elf. I have kind of tan olivey skin, midnight blue hair. I tend to wear dark clothes, I suppose. I don't think I decided on where my mark is, but maybe you see it, maybe you don't, depending on what you're looking at.
On your forearm.
Yeah, sure. but maybe you don't see my forearm. Maybe I'm concealed up or something. But generally, dark clothing. Let's see, inventory like a cloak. Is that in there? It probably look like somebody who could do a lot of things. Like I'm ready for stuff to happen.
Yeah, and Sen,
I know.
you recognize this elf.
Okay, so once I finish my conversation and excuse myself from the guard, I'll walk over to the elf.
I have an expression of confusion and kind of frustration on my face.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the elf. Greetings, young man. I'm afraid I'm having an issue. My lamp seems to be broken.
Oh, your lamp, you say? You must be Sen.
The name's Edwin, and but my lamp, I've been having trouble with it recently.
Never mind. I think I might have mistaken you for somebody else.
Well,
I don't think I can help you with your lamp.
Hold on a second there, Niv, because upon hearing this phrase, "my lamp is broken,"
Okay.
you do remember that there is an appropriate response within House Thorani.
Oh.
And
okay.
that response is
That's somewhere on my character sheet?
no, we talked about it the last during your solo session. The response is well, I can see in the dark, or but I can see in the dark, something like that.
Lamp is broken. Response. Okay, my bad. I guess.
That's all right. It was recent,
okay,
but I guess not
so-
not recent enough.
All right. So
Like,
So
two,
upon
3
hearing my lamp is broken, I say, "The lamp is broken, you say? Well, I can see it in the dark."
Good enough.
Excellent. Well met. Yes. Hello, Niv. It's
And what
the
is your
person
name,
you've
sir?
been. I'm Edwin, but you can call me Sen.
Edwin Sen. Excellent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, have you had a chance to secure our employ?
Not yet. I'm a little bit frustrated because of missing information in my mission, but I've had to deal with worse. So maybe you can
Oh,
fill in
yeah.
some of the blanks.
Well, I was hoping to find perhaps a postings board or something from the guard, but he's trying to get me to join the guard. But
That's
we're looking for Iraine Torrine. She's supposedly looking to hire on some guards, and we're gonna take in that posting if possible.
And this is your plan, you say?
Well, this is the assignment that was given.
And
So
with
no plan yet, except to find Iraine and see if we can get hired on as her guard for this.
And you don't know where she is?
Not yet.
And no leads?
Well, leads that she's here and looking for someone to do this job.
Understood. Maybe we should, well, is there any discretion involved with her name?
I'm sorry, with her name?
His name? Actually, I don't know if it's a he or her. Maybe
Who
it's
are you
both.
referring to? Oh yeah,
I think it
as
should
far
be
as
a
I
she.
know,
Should be a she.
okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with the she. That's fine. Not as far as I know. I imagine she's put the call out that she's looking for help if we've heard about it. So should be fine to ask around for them, her, him. Huh.
All right.
Excellent. Sounds good. Would you like to split up, or would you like to stick together?
Uh, Dealer's choice.
We can cover more ground and ask more people if we split up.
Sounds good.
Where would you like to meet and reconvene? And when?
Well, how about here for now, since I'm not particularly familiar with the area as of yet.
Excellent. Right here in this spot. We'll meet again in, let's say, an hour.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll meet you.
Adios.
All right. So you
And then
guys
I'll take off.
divide up to, divide and conquer, try and go and find more information. In the meantime, Slab, you've been in the city or in the town for quite a while now, a couple months.
Yeah.
Kind of helping out and applying your skills where and when you can. What are you doing?
Well, because I kind of came up with a little backstory in my head. Like, I was helping around town, and like the local inn was letting me stay there in exchange for like protecting them and basically being generic security. And then they also sent me jobs when I didn't have anything to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense in your world, but
No,
that's
totally
what I was
fine.
thinking I'd been doing.
Totally fine with that. And so right now, in this moment,
So right now, I feel like I probably just got back. I heard about Lady Irene's request. Posted. Do I know where this bank is?
you do.
Is
You
it?
know that it's on the west side of town.
Okay.
Farthest west that you can go.
So I'll probably just start heading over there. I don't really have any reason to stick around. I'm always looking for work.
All right, gotcha. And as you begin to move over, you wander through the familiar streets. You see the kind of the same sights you've seen since you got here. You know, the buildings which still bear much of the damage and the scars of the last war. You see the evident blast holes of magical energy still singed at the sides and then kind of shoddily repaired. You see the streets with the craters in them that, no one's really taken the time to fill in and mostly just kind of bridged over with planks of wood. You see many of the same kind of rambling people wandering with their heads down, muttering to themselves. The occasional beggar, well, more than the occasional beggar, the pretty frequent number of beggars. And as you wander down one of the side streets heading west, you roughly bump shoulders with a fairly tall human, dark hair, large brown beard, um, who, I mean, with plenty of room on the street to walk on, kind of deliberately went out of his way to get right in front of you, kind of make sure that you're brushed, or not brushed, but roughly kind of bumped elbow or shoulders as you walk by.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of give him a excuse me and just like try and just push through, like, and not look at him. Just keep walking.
Gun, this Warforged just bumped shoulders with you.
Well, he's made out of metal, correct? That's a Warforged?
Metal, stone, wood fibers.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty rough. Sorry about that, sir. Didn't mean to get in your way.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm heading. I don't trust people.
And Gun, if
necessarily.
you remember, in what you'd been thinking about trying to sharpen your skills up a little bit.
We're going with that one. Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay. Um. I guess I'll sort of re-say. I said, "Hey, let's see. Better watch your step, boy. I don't want to. You don't want any trouble, unless you do."
Okay, to that, I might kind of turn a side eye and be like, "There was plenty of room on the road. Your your attempt to bump into me seemed deliberate. So, and I'd prefer not to have any kind of confrontation like this.
Hmm.
There are those that
Well,
often treat us Warforged unjustly for reasons I don't fully understand."
hmm.
Okay, and I'm like
Well,
giving him the side eye, like, "Wait, what's your deal? Was this actually an accident? What's happening?"
hmm. Well, with him saying that people treat him unfairly, it sort of breaks my cool a bit because it's like, oh, well, I deal with a lot of people who feel like that, so maybe this isn't exactly the right person to do that. So,
Yeah, maybe you should say that.
well,
Yeah, is that what you
sorry,
said?
I did say that.
Oh, okay, cool. They're like, "Oh, I like you. What's your name?"
uh, gun, gun Jerome.
Gun. Gun. I am Slab. What are you doing in town here?
Well, I'm looking for work, trying to
Oh,
figure out where this. Let me see. Trying to figure out where this possible Lady Iraine might be.
well, I guess fate smiles upon us. I'm actually headed over there right now. I got the same notice. Apparently, we're supposed to meet over at the bank on the west side of the city. Bank
That-
of Kandarak.
Well, I thought that was west. Okay, well, I guess I'll follow you. I have a very bad sense of direction.
No worries, no worries.
Well,
All right, so I guess we'll start walking the same direction now.
yeah,
Sounds good to
I'll
me.
take your lead.
Okay.
All right.
So
We're gonna switch back over to Niv. You guys have decided, you and Sen have decided to split up to try and cover more ground, see if you could find out any information on where to pick up this job. What are you doing?
I'm heading to local town center or wherever the most people generally are. The most popular bar, the most popular anywhere where like you would find bulletins or things like that.
Yeah, so as you kind of wander around the streets of the town, again, you see much of the same that Slab saw earlier, and really, people are kind of all over the place. No one is really congregating together as far as what you can see on the street, to the best of your knowledge. Again, you only just arrived yesterday, so not quite familiar with this town. Sizable town, if a forlorn one.
Have I never been to this town before?
I will say that you have not been to this town before.
Okay. Well, if it's near the train station, there's got to be something at least near the train station that's like
Why don't you
a
do an
gathering
investigation
place.
roll for me?
Yeah, that sounds like it. That's showing up.
You
That?
are completely lost. You have no idea where to begin. Not the faintest clue of where you could think to look for this.
what
Sucks
time
for
of
me.
day it is?
All right. All right, then in that case, I'll ask the nearest person I see.
Okay, what do you ask? You see a man kind of staring, eyes wide off into the distance as he wrings his hand. His clothes are dirty. You can see there's grime on his face and on his hands, which he just consistently smears as he wrings and rubs them together. You can see that some of the skin has begun to get very raw around his knuckles from the rubbing, the
Excellent.
constant
Okay.
rubbing of his hands.
Okay. Okay, I'll look at him and say, "Feeble man, tell me where I can find a place where people gather."
The only gathering place is where the people die. They get together, they die. Oh, they go too far away from each other, they die. Oh, everybody dies.
Okay, I'll find a different person.
Okay. And looking around, again with that roll,
Somebody dressed better.
someone dressed better.
Yeah.
You do see a halfling who appears to be in decent clothing, workman's clothing, and he's carrying a bunch of boards under one shoulder. He's got a little belt with hammer and handsaw and other various implements kind of around his waist, and he seems to be busily or purposefully heading down the street, not running, but definitely rushing.
Okay, I'll call out to him and say, "Wait, it's a male, right?"
Yes.
Okay, so I'll call out to him and say, "Young sir, might I spare a moment of your time?"
I ain't got a minute to spend, but what do you want?
"Where are you off to?"
It's repairs. It's constant repairs. I can't seem to get a break from them. What? Yes, go. What's your question? Go, tell me, quick.
"I need to find a local gathering area.
Oh, best
And I'm
gathering
completely
area.
lost right now."
Yes. Take 2 streets down, take a left, head another street up, take a right, and that should bring you to the Blowing Sails Tavern. That's where some
Blowing
people
sails.
like. Yeah, blowing sails. Yeah, it just looks sign on the door looks like wind in sails. It's weird because there's no shore around here. We're as far as inland as you can get. But I'm not the tavern owner. I can't tell him what to do with his life. Yeah, go over there. There's people that are there. They're gathered. Uh, that should be good for you. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. On your way, sir.
Yes. Not a moment to lose. Got much to do. Goodbye. And he kind of rushes off.
Okay, I'll follow his directions down the streets towards the tavern.
All right. And Sen, since you and Niv have parted, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna follow up on the guard's advice and not check in with the guard because I'm not interested in that, but check out this bank, see if perhaps that is what we were looking for.
Okay, and roll an investigation roll for me, please.
Yes, sir. I have too many sheets open.
Mhm.
One moment.
No problem.
I wish the slider, left right slider, worked on your character sheet.
I know, right?
Investigation. Huzzah!
Huzzah. Oh, man. You
Really?
also
Yeah. Go
can't
house the running.
can't, can't seem to tell left from right in this town. Maybe it's due to all of the, buildings which should probably be condemned at this point, and the streets being so pockmarked with craters and debris. It's just really hard to get your bearings.
In my old age.
So what do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna flag down the first person I see and say, well, first of all, do I see someone to flag down?
You do see various random people. Again, much the same as the others saw. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and with that roll, you do see an elderly gentleman kind of hobbling on his cane as he moves along the street, kind of treacherously steps onto one of the boards that bridges a rather large crater center of the road, as a cart drawn by a horse kind of comes the other direction, and they start to kind of meet in the middle. He's kind of shakily like, starts to turn around, go back the
So it
other
looks
way.
like he's gonna get hit by the cart,
No,
or
the cart had slowed down tremendously in order to get onto this little plank bridge, but as they both
okay,
came on from opposite sides, neither one can pass until the other moves. So the elderly
gotcha.
man has kind of started to turn around and
Okay,
go
so
back.
I'll walk up to the cart. I assume there's a driver of some sort.
There is a driver. It is a half-elven man. Sorry, let's mix it
Uh,
up. That's a half-elven woman.
there you go. Representation. Excuse me, ma'am. While we wait for the sir over there to get out of the way, might you direct me to the bank of I believe it was Candarek?
Um, oh,
Conderek?
you must mean Kundarak, yes. The Bank of Kundarak is located directly due west. Just, you see that big wall of grey mist on the east there?
Can't miss it.
Yes, head the opposite direction from that, as far as you can go.
Well, I haven't heard more delightful news in a pig's ear.
I'm not sure what the expression means, but I'll take it that that was helpful, and so you're welcome. If you'll excuse me, I have these goods. I must get them across here.
Absolutely. After you, and then I'll wait because I assume I have to cross this same bridge.
You could, or you could walk through the crater.
I will walk through the crater because I do not give a fuck.
Yeah, you kind of hop down. It's not too deep. Maybe only a couple of feet. But definitely would be something that a man with a cane or a hearse and cart would have trouble getting through. And so yeah, you just stroll on
Gotcha.
by as the cart begins to pick up again and move along the kind of rickety plank bridge. And yeah, you head off west. Let's go back to Slab and Gun, as you've made your way now, I'm assuming dead west, with Slab to kind of guide you, given that he's been in the city for a while. You eventually stand outside of the Bank of Kundarak. And this building is, really, in comparison to everything else, fairly pristine. Now it's not anything to, you've both seen obviously better looking buildings, especially you, Gun, being that you spent a lot of time in Sharn. But its upkeep is sufficient enough so as not to be considered condemned. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, seeing how this is the least shittiest place we've seen, I'm guessing this is it.
Hey, we're working on it. But yeah, let's go inside. let's see if we can find our lady.
Let us see.
Yeah, and you
I guess they start heading. Yeah.
you open the door, single door, again, smaller town, smaller bank, and immediately opens into a large room with a single counter where a clerk is sitting behind what looks to be thick glass. You see that there are inscriptions, runic inscriptions, kind of etched into the glass. And then off to the right of her counter is a wall with a single door.
All right. I'll walk straight up to the window. There's not like a line or anything? There's just
Nope, no line. Just a single dwarven female sitting behind the counter.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk up and be like, "Hi, I'm here looking for a job. I got a notice from Lady Iraine Torrine. Do you know how I can get in touch with her?"
You'll want to go through the door there to the first door on the right.
All right. Thank you very much. And then I'll be like, "Come on, let's go."
Alrighty.
And I will head through the door.
All right, so as you open the door, it opens into a hallway, kind of a short hallway. You can see immediately to the left there's a door with a plaque on it that reads "Clerk's Counter, Employees Only." You can see farther down on the left-hand side there's a second door on the left, and then right immediately to the right there's a door that says "Manager's Office Waiting Area."
You reckon this is it?
I guess. Do they know we're here? How do I don't
guess
usually
it's
deal with waiting areas.
Well, I guess
Usually
it's-
jobs are more simple and straightforward.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna knock on the door.
There's no answer.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Is anybody home? Maybe I'll try to open the door.
Yeah, as you test the door handle, it opens. It's not locked.
I'm gonna sort of not like I want to act as least intrusive as possible, so I'm gonna open a little bit, like my eye and sort of like my beard, sort of let itself in first.
Yeah, and
Hello?
and as you do, you open into a rather small room, lined with benches around the sides. It appears to be a waiting area.
Well then, I open the door fully, allowing Slab to fully see.
Yeah, and
Waiting area.
as you fully open the
Okay.
door, you see the benches completely wrap around the room, only broken where the door that you came in are, and then the door at the far side, which has a plaque on it which reads "Managers" or just "Manager" on it. There's a little table in the center, kind of a rickety wooden table, and on it you can see you can see newspaper articles, which have been kind of laid out for guests that are wanting to do something with their time while they're waiting.
Is there any bells just so I can get someone's attention or anything? Or
Nope, there's just the benches, the table, and the newspapers.
I'm gonna grab a newspaper.
All right, so
Okay.
as you scan the titles, you can see that there's several. One says on the title of it says "Deadly Airship Crash." It looks like this one was dated a couple of months ago. Another one says "Assassins on the Loose." This one's a little bit more recent, within the last couple of weeks. And another one that says "Lies on Trial. Karn Spy Faces Justice."
Pretty active town you got here.
Well, these are all from the Breland Ledger, which is the nation. Well, yeah, this is the nation's newspaper.
Hmm.
Which one do you want to pick up?
I'm gonna look up the what was it called? The airline that fell out of the sky.
Airship crash. Yeah. Give me just a second here. All right. What about you, Slab? What are you doing?
Mm, I'm gonna like walk out of the room and go back to the front office.
Mm-hmm.
Like go out of the hall, like open the door, kind of peek my head around at the woman behind the glass,
Mhm.
and just ask her like, "Excuse me, I noticed the waiting room. Does the lady know that we're here? I just wanted to make sure we weren't waiting for no reason."
Oh, you aren't meeting with the lady. You'll be meeting with the manager. He'll be coming out to you when he's ready.
Oh, okay, great, thank you. And I'll just duck back in and go sit in the waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Gunn, as you read this
Oh.
article, you read about something that happened a couple of months ago where an airship had flown kind of out of the mists. It had left the mist. You could see that, or it says there that they had noted that it appeared to have been burning and on fire, the elemental ring sputtering, these red flares had been launched off of the side, kind of to signal that it was having trouble before the entire thing kind of there was an explosion, kind of cracked in the middle and went down much farther west.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Hope, I'm sure many people died. It's quite tragic.
Niv, you make your way to the Blowing Sails bar. You see the sign of wind blowing in sails of a ship, which has probably not seen this type of area probably ever.
Probably not seen what this type ever.
It says blowing sails. There's a depiction of a ship with full sail, wind blowing
it's
in
like
it.
I'm not near the shore.
Yeah, but it's not near water, so it's
Right. It's like kitschy. Okay. Or something.
exactly.
Okay. All right. Are there people hanging outside of it, or
There are.
maybe I'll
There's
just
some
go inside?
beggars, some dirty people kind of sitting around the and when I say dirty, I mean like physically actually covered in grime and muck, kind of sitting outside.
Well, I'll keep away from them and just go inside then.
Yeah, and as you open on, you see kind of a saloon-style batwing doors that you open into a room which is, for being a gathering place, rather lightly gathered. You see a couple of tables with occupants kind of into their drink. One is a half-orc. You see another over along the way, which is a human female. And you see a barkeep kind of, busy, kind of wiping down glasses half-heartedly, just enough that, it gets most of the stuff out of them before he puts them back up.
Okay, I'll go to the barkeep. Or actually, I'll do an investigation check first and see if there's anything like posted anywhere.
Okay, go ahead and do an investigation check. Let's see if you can do better than a 1 this time.
Seriously.
I believe in you.
I don't know if I believe in roll 20. Oh, okay. It's better.
There you go. And you do see that there is kind of immediately upon entering, you kind of scan left, scan right, and to the right on the wall, kind of near the door, you see that there is kind of the outline of a board. Seems like it could be a postings board.
All right, I'll head over to the board and scan it.
Yeah, and you do see that in fact there is a posting for bodyguards needed. Lady Iraine has requested bodyguards for her and her cargo. Go see Bank of Kondarek manager Darnil for more details.
Flyer.
Sorry?
Go to. I'm taking notes. Go to Bank of what?
Kondarek?
Kondarek.
Kundarak. Kundarak.
Kun. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll grab the flyer.
Make a
I'll
history
take it
roll
down.
for me there, Jay.
Oh, history. Okay. I've never been to this town, but I'll do it anyway.
That's okay.
Maybe I'll
I
get
might
lucky.
recognize the name of the bank.
Maybe 13.
Yeah, Kundarak is the house that handles most major banking and securities throughout Corvair.
Okay. I'll grab the flyer, take it off the wall, and any other flyers that are for the same job.
Okay.
Is it just the one?
Just the one.
Okay, I'll take it down, put it in my pocket, and I will head over to the barkeep. Actually, I don't put it in my pocket. I'll just take it to the barkeep and ask him, "Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me how to get to this location?"
Oh,
And I'll point to the location.
you just gotta go directly west.
Is there a sign I should look out for?
It's a pretty building. It's got like a lion or something with big old wings, holding a spear sort of thing. It's got a crown, some rings.
Is it very? Is it very banky looking?
It looks like it's a building. Oh yeah, it's I mean, it looks like I guess a bank would look. I don't know if it's the only bank I know of.
Have you ever been there?
Oh yeah. Go over there all the time, deposit my monies, and you know, retrieve my monies when I need it.
Do you know the name of the street it's on?
Name of the street. Are street names something that people do in other places?
Hmm.
It's the West Street, the most
Just
west.
west.
Just go as far
The
west
most
as you can
west
go.
street.
Yeah, just keep going west. You'll get there.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, I'll. What time of day is it?
It was morning when you met Sen,
Morning,
and so
okay.
it's kind of late morning now.
Okay, and it hasn't been an hour yet, right?
No.
Okay. Then I'll head back to the train station,
Okay,
assuming I can make my way back there.
you can.
Okay.
All right. Edwin, Sen, you arrive at
Sorry.
the Bank of Kundarak. You see this building which looks almost miraculously untouched, where everything else looks in just a total shambles. What do you do?
Is there anyone standing out front?
There is no one out front now.
Okay, well, I'll head on inside.
You see much the same as the other two saw. You see the clerk counter behind the glass. And again, this counter kind of extends from the wall in a box. And the glass similarly goes from the top of the counter all the way up to the roof or to the ceiling in this same kind of box.
So it's kind of like a toll booth type thing.
Kinda.
in
It
the
looks
bank.
like a if a bank counter only had one clerk and one counter.
Gotcha.
Is there anyone else in the room, or is it just the clerk?
Just the clerk.
Okay, I'll walk in. Excuse me. I was
Yes?
looking to sign on with Iraine Torrine. Is this the correct location for that?
Through the door to the right, first door on the right.
Perfect. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you. And I'm gonna turn and leave.
Okay. Do you leave outside of the building? Do you like exit completely?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the train station.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way back to the train station, where you find Niverless.
Well, howdy doody, Niv. I have been successful, I believe, in locating our intended target.
I have two, and then I pull out the flyer and show him, hand it to him.
I'll take a look. Yep, that's the place.
Let's not waste any time. Let's head there now.
All right. Well, it doesn't seem like too much of a hurry. They were gonna have us sit in a waiting room, but while we head that way, I was kind of hoping we could get our signals straight. I know the last time that you were involved with something, things happened. What is it that, if you can share, that is, that we're going to be doing on this here task, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, I don't mind your asking, but I would have to ask you, how do you know about my last job, and what do you know about it?
Oh, not a lot. Just if you remember a certain older woman who gave you and your female compatriot your assignment. Well, I happen to be intimately familiar with her. If,
The pottery salesman.
that'd be her. Yep.
Well, okay, that explains a little bit then.
Yeah. you could say we're in the same line of work.
Well, then, I don't suppose there's any harm in sharing this with you, and I'll give, or I'll hand over the mission objective that I was given.
Hmm. Okay. Just give me
Looks
one.
like it's on a piece of paper based on these notes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And so now, Sen, Edwin, it's
Yeah, I see
his.
it.
Yeah, is in yours.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and I'm gonna I'll hand over mine, and you can see that it's identical.
Okay.
Uh,
But with different name.
yeah, it's addressed to me, and but the instructions are identical, except for it says that I'm to meet you instead of me, obviously.
Okay. Okay.
Well, this will work good because I was starting to sweat about how I was supposed to get all sneaky like because if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty obvious. But I think between the two of us, we could probably work something out.
Well, I don't know exactly what you mean by your sneakiness, but I would appreciate it maybe if we stuck together from now on, just because I have so far, I'd hate to admit it, but just been very frustrated all the while, and I just I don't like this place, and maybe we just get on with the mission and be
Yeah,
done with
don't 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 trouble yourself too much about this place, Master Niv. This is a terrible town.
it.
I
Agreed.
couldn't agree more. So yeah, we'll stick together, and between the two of us, I'm sure we'll get this sorted quickly and cleanly. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
flash you like the ugliest smile you've ever seen.
How lovely.
Like
The two lost boys.
all of my teeth, like the good teeth, are like a dark gray, and then I'm missing like I got like kind of gap tooth, and there's no mirth in this smile either.
Okay, I'll say, you might want to take a look in a mirror and practice that.
Oh, I have.
Lovely. Okay.
And then
Let's
make
get
our
on
way
with
up
it.
to the bank. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and with that, you guys start heading out west towards the bank. Um, Slab and Gun, you're waiting and waiting
Mm-hmm.
and waiting.
Be like, so Gun,
Yeah,
you
what's
said
up?
you like to help people. I mean, do you think we're gonna be working together on this job, or is this like more of a competition? See who's best to hire.
That I do not know. I mean, if she's looking for an escort, I would assume that the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Security is of the utmost importance, but as to your previous question, yes, I am in servitude of the citizens of this country, and I take that burden with pride. I try to help as much as I can.
Good man. Same.
What about you? What's your story?
You know, basically just the war, like everyone else around here, it seems. It's kind of the only life I've ever known, but the people around here, some of them seem to want to make things better, and I like the way that sounds.
I don't put much faith in people who can't get their hands dirty.
And
It's
cheers
the
to
small
that.
things that count. You know, the small acts of kindness that everyone can do but don't.
And then
really.
I'll just go back to a stationary Zen-like state.
Okay. You guys wait and wait. You kind of did your idle chit chat, and there's a long period of silence while uh, Gunn continues to read the newspaper. You see another article, Gunn, that talks. The headline. It's surprising this isn't the front page, but the headline is "Thaliost on fire." or
Old
Thaliost in
Towns,
Flames.
right?
I'm sorry, Thaliost in Flames. Um, and this one kind of talks about multiple uprisings in Thaliost, which ultimately led to the leadership in Thrain deciding they needed to take direct and intense action. Uh, and there was recently a very violent put down of a rebellion in Thaliost. Uh, and there are rumors circulating that Onder is mobilizing for war uh, in direct response to what they feel is many of their people being massacred by Thrainish military forces who put down this rebellion. As you're kind of finishing up that article, you hear the door open, and in walk a tall elf and a rather gruff-looking, withered old human.
All right. I'll wake up. Just kind of be like, oh, are one of you the manager?
No, sir. We're looking to hire on.
Ah, same as us. We've been sitting here for quite some time. Maybe they're looking for more applicants before they start the
Yeah.
meeting.
Well, hopefully they'll they'll get to us soon. But I guess the seats look comfortable enough, and I'll
Yeah,
walk over and I'll plop down.
I'm also
it has
sharing with
been
you
mostly
guys.
a wasted day.
Sharing with you guys
Okay, so that's
the
the
Bank of Kundarek's
wingy,
seal.
wingy dragon spear. I don't know. There's a crown.
Where am I seeing this symbol?
And roll 20. Should be
Yeah.
should have just popped up.
No, I mean like in the game. Where am I seeing it?
Oh,
I figured
that
there's like
was
a statue outside or
It's
something.
like a sign.
there was like a
Or something, yeah.
something emblazoned, yeah, kind of
Burned.
along
Okay.
the top of the building.
Okay.
Okay.
It's their seal of the bank. Okay.
And as the two of you, Niv and Sen Edwin, enter the waiting area, you also see some newspapers kind of sitting on the ground. You see the human male, bearded, reading one, the Warforged.
Sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I already made a history roll, but does Kundarak like represent a house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah.
Like an opposing house?
Just
Well, it is a house that is not House Thorani.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Are they? Never mind.
And again, they deal in banking and securities. So
Okay.
anyone
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
so anyone who does any kind of banking or has anything to protect probably contracts House Kundarak to protect it. In fact,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to open this up to everyone now, um, if you have any kind of wealth that you don't want on your person, you can either say that you already have an account with Kundarak, or you can set up one.
Oh.
All right.
But what were you going to say,
Uh,
Ryan?
Banking
I'm
seems
sorry.
complicated for
Oh,
some.
Sen, what were you going to say?
I was just going to mention to Jay. I don't claim to know all of the intricacies of inter-house relations,
Uh-huh.
but the only house that, as far as I'm aware of, and Josh, please correct me if I'm wrong, that House Thorani would have cause to be wary of would be the like quote unquote mother house we splintered
Gotcha.
from.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Fjarlin? Mm-hmm.
The Arlen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've
Okay.
been
because all the other houses voted us in.
Mhm.
Like it was like a unanimous vote, or not unanimous, but there was enough houses that voted to make House Thrani a real house.
Got it. Okay.
Yep, that is
So you're like
also
one of the more chill houses.
Yeah, we're the
uh,
youngest house.
Yeah.
the youngest house. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
And along with Fjarlin, you also have been told to be wary around Deneth and Madani as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry to interject, but I just we're not like, as far as I was aware, we're not like super prickly about all of the houses.
Gotcha. Yeah. Just checking.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So is anyone doing anything in particular while they wait?
I was gonna. Are they sitting down? right now?
Well,
It's up to them.
was there okay? So I entered the bank, and there's some people sitting down that said they're waiting, and then is there like a desk with somebody behind it?
Yeah,
Um,
you would have had to pass the desk
Hmm.
to get to the seating area.
Yeah. I would have led you into the waiting area.
Oh,
Yeah, of course, it's up to you if you followed me, but
okay. Yeah, fine.
I'm gonna sort of lean towards them and just. I didn't catch your two's names.
well, I didn't catch yours, mister.
Gun Jerome.
Gun Jerome. It's a strong name. I'm Edwin Cass.
Likewise, a very strong name. What's
We are
what's your what bring? What about you, friend?
Nicholas de Thuran.
Nevertheless, I see.
go ahead and
You here
roll
for
a
the application?
roll a history check for me, real quick there, Gun.
Who? Me?
Real quick, like.
Okay. Let's see. Here. You said a history check?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll roll.
Hey. Thorani is a name that brings up a lot of memories that you've seen of performers who of all sorts that fly that banner of House Thorani. You've seen them doing everything from plays in the street to concerts. Part of the red light district was actually back in Sharn was actually a House Thorani uh, kind of courtesans area.
Well, thought I recognized you. Saw a couple of your people's shows in Sharn. Thurani, huh?
Yes. Quite sure you have heard of me.
Well, as long as you're not aiming to hurt nobody, that's fine by me, I guess. What you guys here for the application of this security job? I would suppose.
That's right.
We are here, aren't we?
I guess it's the four of us.
Oh, I'm Slab. I'm going by Slab currently. Designator
What?
Z390. Nice to meet you all.
The pleasure's mine, Slab.
Edwin. Wait, did you say Edwin or Sen? I don't remember. You said when you
Edwin.
Edwin
Wish they'd,
and Nivi.
Wish they'd hurry up here. It's getting pretty running out of paper from this newspaper.
Well, there are a couple more on the table there, but actually, as you kind of remark and say that, the door to the manager's office opens up, and in walks a stout and rather finely dressed for the area dwarf. He has a large braided beard with braids in his hair, gold rings on his fingers, and he kind of steps out with a clipboard type of deal, paper and a quill in hand, and he says, "All right, then. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this accent correctly. Would you be the group's hoping to hire on for the Lady Iraine?"
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You got it.
Well, my name's Darnell de Kandarak, uh, of House Kandarak, and I will be conducting your interview for this position. First, state your names.
Well, I'm Edwin Cass. Pleasure
First,
to make your
Edwin
acquaintance.
Cass. Yes, okay. Continue.
Slab.
Slab. Oh,
Slab.
Slab. What
Yes.
are you doing? What are you doing here?
Well, I'm looking for work. I got the notice down at the inn. Started heading this way. Just finished up my last job. Figured I'd move on to the next.
Oh, that's rather disheartening to hear. You've been doing such a good bit of work for this town. You're sure you're gonna be leaving us?
Yeah, I think it's time I moved on. I've been looking. You know, the town is great, but there's only so much I can do, and it's hard finding a stable team to really work with.
Oh,
And you know, I also have some personal issues I'd like to explore.
I
You know, obviously it won't get in the way of the job at
no,
all. No,
no,
but
I
but our
I do understand. Yes, well, by the Fury's red arse, I'm sure we'll miss you. And the profanity, which he just kind of freely threw out, uh, is a little bit shocking to hear from someone you'd think would be so otherwise dignified. Uh, and yes, you. He points to you, Gun.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Gun Jerome.
Yes, Gun. Jerome. And the elf there. What do you go by? The is Mr. Elf.
Oh, Niverless Ditharani.
Jitharani. What's a
Yes,
Tharani
at your
doing
service.
signing up for a job like this?
It is in our best interest that the lady is protected.
Very well. All right. Why don't you go ahead and state your qualifications, experience, anything you think might be contributing to your uh, worthiness for this job.
Well, not to cut these fine gentlemen off, but I've been caravan guard. I was part of a local militia.
Sounds
Uh,
perfect. All right. And you? He points at you,
oh,
Slab.
oh, yep.
well, my original function was to be a guard.
Oh, I'm
I
just
fought
teasing
as
you,
a soldier.
Slab. I know you're worth it. Okay. Well, as much as
Oh, jokes!
by the
I like
mockery,
jokes.
I
Good.
swear, yeah, we'll be worse off without you. Anyway, you there, Gun.
I served in the war. I was a medical officer. I have some medical expertise. I worked in local clinics and helped here and there. I have
You
standard.
do a bit of fighting.
I have a standard fighting ability. Yes.
Hey, let me see your hands there.
No, my hands are bandaged. I guess, do you want me to unravel them?
No, that's all right.
So it,
There's see the bandages. Hey, you look tough enough. Yeah, right.
Alright.
Why not? All right. And finally, you, Tharani. What are you, a juggler or a singer?
I play the pan flute quite well, but My main function is bodyguard.
Really?
I do have many years of experience, and I can assure you the safety of Madame Iraine Torrine.
And you say you're an heir.
An heir, yes.
Yes.
Is that a problem with the mission?
It's just an heir to the Ronnie signing on for such a low-level position like this. It just doesn't make too much sense to me, but it's alright. I'll just write in here, you got some noble backing, alright. Well, some house backing. That should be fine enough. Alright, here's the deal then. You'll get 10 gold pieces starting off in advance, and then 10 gold pieces upon the completion of this job, and also can't forget, you get free tickets, free passage on to Sean. Says that's where the lady will be traveling with her cargo. Utmost importance here, you protect the lady, keep her safe, and the cargo as well. Make sure that it doesn't get disturbed upon the journey, and we should be in fine order indeed. Very well, wait 1 second, and he kind of walks back into his office.
Well, all right then.
That was easy enough.
A bit too. Easy,
Can
a
I
bit
can I
concerned.
can I stop him before he makes it back into the office?
Sure.
Can I say, excuse me, before you leave, can you tell us when we'll be meeting, Iraine?
One second, please. I'll be right back. And he goes in, and you hear some shuffling about, and he comes back out with a little sack, a little bag tied with string, and he kind of distributes it to each of you. He says, "There's 10 gold pieces in advance, and well, here's your tickets." And he hands out a ticket to each of you for the Sharn Express. This ticket is, first class, actually. It's a first class room. Looks like it's all the same first class room for each of you. But he says, "Alright, well, yes, you're going to meet with the Lady Iraine tomorrow, 2 hours after sunup's when the train leaves. So I'd suggest you get there early, maybe an hour after sunup. That'd be about 7 a.m.
Well, all right then.
The Lady Iraine's expecting you. You'll know her when you see her. Not someone so fine looking, finely dressed, I should say, in this part of town, or in this town in general."
So,
Is
are
there-
we to understand she does not need our protection until we board the train?
Protection on the train and on passage to Sean, along with the cargo. Yep. And it looks like he's reading off of the clipboard, just speaking kind of verbatim.
And not before? Is she... Understood.
Wait, I hear some confusion in your voice, and let me allay some of those fees for you. Alright, Kaiba rising. Again, the profanity is just, it's out of nowhere, it seems. And he says, "The lady has specifically requested the aid of adventurers. She didn't want to pay the cost for the Kondorak security, so she's gonna travel with the Kondorak safe. It's one of the safest safes you could requisition, but she didn't want to pay the full price for our security. So that's why you're gonna be going with her tomorrow."
Oh. I see. She can only afford protection during the passage.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah. Yes. We charge pretty exorbitant costs for security, and she didn't want to wait for us to, requisition the help, and so she said, yeah, go ahead and meet her tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to persuade this guy into maybe being more cooperative.
Okay, first things first, I want you to make an insight check.
Okay. Insight. that on the list? Yes, it is.
Okay. You get the feeling like he really doesn't want to be here. He is as finely dressed and has as nicely presented as he is, and as kind of short and profane as he's behaving. You get the sense that he's very kind of over this town, over these people, their forlorn, vacant, hopeless expressions. He might just want to be anywhere else.
Okay. All right, then I'll just say, look, sir, we don't want to be a bother to you, but if Milady is in any kind of trouble, which sounds like it's possible she might be, that it would be wise to keep an eye on her because, well, if she were to disappear before she arrives at the train station, I do believe we'd be out of work and out of the extra gold you'd be paying us. So it is in our best interest, and I think yours too, that maybe if we could just keep an eye on her until she arrives at the train station.
Doesn't even have to be all of us. It could be a small party, and make her as comfortable as possible. We won't even.
Perhaps
We
you know.
won't even be there.
Perhaps you know where she might be.
It's not my gold that's being put up. It's her gold. So I'm just a go-between. You know, just an intermediary.
I'm not saying that it would. I'm not saying that it would cost any more. This is just purely of our own interest. Can I try to persuade him to?
Yeah,
just
you can
give
make
me that information.
You can make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Eight.
I can't. I don't know what to tell you. She didn't tell me where she'd be staying. She just gave me the job offer to hand out to, you know, anyone who wanted to sign up. So you're the first four I got. So you're the first four I'm giving the offer to. Well, there was the other one, but we turned him down. Turned her down, I should say. But no, I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to help you out with.
Oh,
Indeed.
you actually sent someone away? She must have been pretty awful.
Oh, yes. Oh, she was. Big old mean-looking half-ogre type, just rude and rotten. And I'm pretty sure involved in some pretty seedy characters around this part of this town here. So, yeah, we told her no. She wasn't gonna be going along on this one. She seemed pretty upset.
Unfortunate. We've got too
You
many
know-
CD characters around this town.
Well,
yes.
If I didn't know any better, that sounds like a target now.
It could be. It's a better reason to, you know, maybe just wait till tomorrow, so that way the lady and her cargo could be, you know, protected.
Understood.
We'll do our best.
Well, you got your gold, you got your tickets. Anything else I can do to be a help for you?
How will we know to identify the lady?
Oh, you'll know her. Pretty lady, pretty well dressed.
The one not covered in shit.
Yeah, nice hair,
Will,
nice
will we be
clothes.
introduced to her at some point?
Look,
I'm gonna look at my ticket. Does the ticket have like a date and time?
yeah, tomorrow morning. What would be about 8 a.m. is when the train departs.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna
It's about 2
stand
hours
up. I'm
after
gonna
sunup.
look at Niv. I'm going to head and look for some lodgings. I'm pretty sure the lady will be here. We got the ticket, so good day, gentlemen. And then I'm gonna head out the door.
Right before you leave, Darnell kind of pipes up. He's like, "Just meet her at the station. She'll be there."
Yeah, I'm gonna wave my ticket as I leave.
Yes.
All right.
Hmm.
Everybody else, what are you doing? Darnell, kind of with his business concluded, opens the door to his office, shuts it, and leaves you all
Oh.
to yourselves.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna ask him if if I could have a quick aside for a moment, just a quick question.
Okay. Well, you can wait till everyone else leaves if you want to. Try and
Yeah, that's kind of what I
engage
was.
him.
Engage him.
Yeah,
Okay,
I hear
yeah, I'll do
doubling
that.
too. Oh, it's better. Okay. So Slab is kind of he stays in his seat. Niv and Gun, what are you doing?
Just
Start
sort
with
of,
Niv.
I'll kind of wait as everybody sort of decides what to do, and I'll kind of follow them, I guess.
Okay, Gun, what are you doing?
Okay.
Gun.
Sorry, yeah, I just fixed my audio. Sorry, I thought it was me.
No worries.
Well, I would assume that we want to stay all together. I mean, we're all going to be in assignment together, so I would assume the best strategy would be to find an inn for all of us together.
Oh, actually, there's an inn I've been staying at. It's pretty nice. Been doing some work there.
Oh,
Here, I'm sure the innkeep would be more than happy to rent you a room.
that sounds perfect. I guess we'll go there if everyone is in agreement.
Is that all right? Niv,
I'll just
can you say your
nod.
name? Nivaus? Niv?
It's Niverless Ditharani, but
Niverless.
go ahead and just call me Niv if you have any trouble.
Understood, Niv.
All right then.
All
I
right.
guess,
Well, I'll lead you there. I wanted to have a word with the manager real quick before we headed out, though. But I'll be with you in a moment.
we'll just Niv and I will wait out here.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so Niv and Gun, you exit the waiting area.
Oh, wait. What's the? Hold on. Slab
Gun
is
and
he?
Slab. Yeah.
Slab is you. You said you were going back in to talk to him.
Yeah, I was gonna go like knock on his door.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying.
I'll
Just ask him a question.
I'll tap your shoulder before you go in there and say, see if you can get any more information on our lady friend.
All right. Yeah, the more information, the better. I don't see any reason
Indeed.
not to do that, because we're running a little light on that right now.
Yes. Like I said, if she isn't in any danger, it would be our best interest to make
Yeah,
sure
to know
she's safe.
who her enemies are.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Then I'll walk up and be like, "Buck, buck, buck."
Yeah, as you go to knock on the manager's door, and Niv and Gun exit, the manager says, "What now?"
Oh, sorry, sir. I had a question. So the
Come
fellow
in, come
adventurer
in.
Niv
Just
mentioned...
don't talk to me through
Oh,
the door.
okay, okay. Oh, all right. No, I'll come in, close the door. Be like, he mentioned the price seemed low. Seems like a lot of money for this type of work. I mean, it's a long distance, but is this not a lot of money?
Well,
Could I be making more working for Kundarak? Is there a chance I could ever work for Kundarak?
maybe. You see, we charge about 200 gold pieces for our top of the lane security, and
Oh,
yes, but that's for those like me. And he kind of rolls up his sleeve, and you can see kind of across his forearm and kind of over his elbow is this kind of glowing, subtly, this mark. This, it seems like it might be like a tattoo, but it it shifts, and the colors kind of swirl and blend, and kind of seem to be moving across. And he says, "Someone like me, mark for the house is worthy of the the top of the line, but we've
Oh,
got the skills
understood.
and the magic, and someone like you might be better. I mean, I think the town's surely gonna be worse off without your aid, but can't much to do about that now. So
All right. Okay. And then I'll start walking towards the door and then kind of turn around and be like, "Oh, real quick. This lady we're protecting, does she have any known enemies? Common knowledge type stuff that maybe I missed?"
uh, none that I know of, but you
Oh,
see that
all right.
half ogre? It's Rona. Do you know Rona?
Mm-hmm. Do I know Rona?
Yeah,
Should
go
I
and
roll
roll
something?
history for me. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
You know of Rona. She
Okay.
gets into trouble around town. She's a ogre.
Okay. She's a little bit rambunctious. I've heard of her.
I mean, she didn't take very well to us telling her no, so it could be she causes some trouble, but who's to say?
Yeah, who's to say? Well, thank you. Thank you for the job. Yeah,
Yes,
and the information.
and may Cole Kana, sorry, had a little bit of a frog in my throat there. May Cole Karan see you on your way.
Aye.
All
All right.
right.
I'll head out to the boys.
You walk out and you find. Well, let's see. Edwin, are you waiting?
Well,
Because it seemed like he was like, he just was like, I'm gonna rest the night and see what
I
meet
was
in the
not
morning.
aware that they were going to be right on my heels. I'm not a fast walker, though, so with how quickly they left, they would still see me sauntering in a general direction looking for an inn.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Be like,
Niv and
so we'll see him.
Gun. Yeah, you
See
see
me
him
scratch
kind of.
my head a little bit.
Yeah, kind of looking around. He looks left. He looks right. He looks left again. Starts walking straight.
Yep, yeah, that sounds about right.
Niv and Gun.
Like, Edwin.
Well, I suppose that we should start heading out now to this inn that Slab was talking about.
Yeah. It looks like Edwin might be a little lost. And then I'll kind of raise my voice and be like, Edwin.
Eh, oh,
Yeah. We're
eh,
we're going to stay at an inn I know of. I figured it might be easier travels and make sure we all make it to the job on time. If we all
smart
stay
thinking.
together.
I was I was on my way to look for an inn myself, so much obliged.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then I'll lead them to the place where the inn that I made up is.
Yeah, so you
Um,
find Mylor's Inn and
Sounded
Tavern.
like Gun wanted to do something on the way, maybe.
On the way, can I ask, Slab, did you find anything else out about Lady Iraine?
Not too much. Pretty much just what we already knew. Maybe we should keep an eye out for a half orc girl that I've seen around town. She gets into trouble, but I think she has a good heart. I doubt she's mixed up into this, but he did mention that she was unusually upset about not getting the job. More upset than 20 gold would warrant.
So you said the half orc, that's who Lady Iraine is?
No. No, I don't know what she looks like. I assume she would just be the cleanest, most finely dressed person on the platform.
And what does the half orc have to do with this?
Oh, I was looking for potential enemies, and he just mentioned that she seemed a little suspiciously upset that she wouldn't be riding along.
Hmm.
So any leads seem like potential leads. This Our Lady is looking for protection from something. We just don't know what yet.
Do you know this half orc?
Not too well. No.
Okay. Just check.
Well, and as much as I appreciate threat assessments and taking proper precaution, it is often the case that people just want to make sure that opportunists don't take advantage of situations. That's why they
For
like to
sure.
have individuals such as ourselves just along for the ride.
I mean, that's been most of my job is fending off bandits, thieves from small caravans. Nothing this big yet.
Hmm. Well,
I figured this was more important, and people of such high status probably have more eyes on them.
usually I found a good smile is enough to de-escalate a situation. And I'll
And with
flash
that, I'll kind of
I'll flash my big ugly smile.
and I'll flash a weird, oddly off-putting robot smile. Yeah. Crink.
Exact. Yeah, I see you've been practicing.
I have.
And with that, you guys now have obviously Slab leads you over to the inn. It's still fairly early in the day, late afternoon at this point, or early afternoon, I'll say at this point. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, again, you headed over in the late morning, and only a couple of hours pass before your meeting, so it's still just early afternoon.
Okay, so it's still afternoon.
Yeah. You guys can go try and procure
Alright, so
rooms, and then you have the rest of the day to determine what else you want to do.
okay, because I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do.
'Kay.
So I assume I'd be like, okay, gentlemen, here's the inn,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna go continue work filling one of those big craters, pothole things. Like it's like one of my standard jobs that I've been doing around town.
Yeah,
It's helping
and the
with
people doing the work
morale.
recognize you, and as soon as you kind of head over, they welcome you in. They kind of point you
Mhm.
to where the bags of sand and kind of
Yeah, get a
mixed
shovel or
rocks
whatever.
are. Yeah, you kind of start working on loading up one of these craters to try and fill it in, smooth
Yeah.
out the roads a little bit. Everybody else, let's start with
Mhm.
Niv.
Hold on. Did you just say Slab started working on a crater?
I did.
Just
Yeah.
out of
I showed you guys the inn and then went on to go do my work.
oh, okay. Is
Uh-huh.
that's odd.
Got to do his day
It
job.
is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I'm just following the other two, I guess.
Well, they're with you at the inn. It's Mylor's Inn.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of it is Mylor's Inn and Tavern.
Okay.
I will. Excuse me. How much for a room?
The man that you address at the inn says, "Ah, well, it will be just 2 gold pieces for one of our
Mm.
finest goose down beds and
I'm
pillows."
gonna stop you right there, sir. How much for your worst room?
Ah, well, the low end, just just a silver piece.
Silver piece. Now it will be private. I do assume.
Privacy will cost you a little bit more, I'm sorry.
How much is a little bit more?
Well, for 5 gold pieces, I could set you up in a private room with a
So the two.
straw
I'm gonna
mattress.
stop you again, sir. So the 2 gold piece room would have been shared.
No, no, the 2 gold piece room is private with our finest goose down pillows
So when I
and
asked for a
mattress.
private room, you try to upcharge me from the one that I was already saying was too expensive.
Well, no, sir, no, no, heavens, I would not say that. Dol,
Okay. Can get let me be real clear with you here. I would like a room for myself that no one else is in for as cheap as you have it. What is that price?
For 5 silver pieces, you can have a private room with straw mattress and maybe a straw pillow. But it would be all to yourself.
Perfect. Thank you. And I'll plop 5 silver pieces down on the counter.
We did.
Will you be
We
joining
did
us?
get paid already, right?
Yeah, you got 10 gold pieces
Yeah,
up
we
front.
already got 10.
Okay.
So go ahead,
Where's the
everyone, if you
gold
haven't done it
listed?
already, go ahead and add that to your gold.
Oh,
Will you be
Yeah,
joining
bottom
us
middle
for
section.
dinner, sir?
We'll find out.
Alrighty then.
Can I have my key and the room
Oh, but of course,
location, please?
And he says you'll be in room 3B. Just follow, go up the stairs and follow the
Yeah.
hallway to the left, 3B.
Yeah. 3B. Thanks, sir. Sorry for the miscommunication, but I'm glad we got
Oh,
there in the end. And I'm gonna give him a wink and one of those ugly smiles.
He recoils in terror. No, he doesn't. He he looks a little off put at the smile, but given the state of the town, it's not the worst he's seen.
I'm gonna head up to my room and close and lock the door behind me.
Yep. Niv and Gun, what are you guys doing?
You guys are just like standing there, like, okay.
laughing on the inside.
I would also like to get a room, please, ma'am.
Who are you calling ma'am? The gentleman looks around, and there's no female present at the counter. He seems rather confused.
Sorry, I actually do that in real life. Okay. Sorry, sir. I apologize.
It's quite all right. I not often get associated with a female, but the customer is always right. Would you'd like a room, private or shared?
I don't mind if it's a shared room now.
Very well. 2 copper pieces will get you a shared room in the barn.
Wonderful. Is there any chance I could purchase some medical supplies at all? Basic bandages, whatnot?
Well, yes. If you were to go over to Gornill's sundries, you may be able to replenish any medical supplies that you might need.
Wonderful. And one last question.
Yes.
Is there, from your knowledge, would you happen to know anybody who's needing medical attention at this time at all, or?
Who isn't needing medical attention at this? I'm sorry, that was very rude of me. Well, the disease has run rampant through this town. There are many who require medical attention. Of course, we do not let them stay here at Mylor's Inn and Tavern, as we do not want disease spreading throughout our establishment. But if you were to just go outside, I'm sure you could find someone requiring that sort of thing.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And you, sir, the elf.
All right, I'll. Is it so? There's no one else left in the room now, or did?
I think Gun is still
Gun-
there, right?
Gun's
Or wait,
still
no, he just left. He just left to go help people.
Could I use
yeah, you're all alone.
that time while he was talking to Gun to kind of like examine and just kind of get a read on Gun? Yeah. I don't know if I got a significant like detailed description of him or.
Perfect opportunity. Well, Gun, why don't you go ahead and just describe your character?
Yes, sir. Okay, so I have black hair. It's sort of greasy and maybe a little dirty, and a braid. I'm tall. I am about 6'3", 6'4". I have light brown to brown skin. I wear a light blue shirt with a green jacket, black pants with a belt along with dark brown boots. I have bandages in my pockets and wrapped around my hands. I have pouches attached to my belt with the medical supplies that I carry. I look dirty, but I don't smell. I also have dark green eyes.
There you go.
But human.
I am human, yes.
Okay. Um. And can I get any? Can I grab any more information about him? Like what maybe he does? Like maybe like just from observation. Can I do a
Um,
perception or?
well, you notice that his hands are bandaged, which
Yeah, that's
is
weird.
it's definitely odd. Not
Yeah.
many people go around with their hands bandaged. If you would like to know more, you could always ask.
Well, like, is he holding weapons? Is he armored? Is he like
Gun,
other information that maybe could give me some insight into his like character?
Gun, you carrying around that quarterstaff or no?
I am.
Yeah, he's got a quarterstaff.
Okay. So I can't like use perception to like kind of guess like what his deal is. Like
Go ahead and make
more...
go ahead and make a perception roll for me.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Before, well, you already did it.
No. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
it's fine.
I don't.
It's fine.
You don't have to use
Oh,
it.
shit.
As you kind of look him over while he's conversing with the maitre d', you you notice, yeah, the bandaging around his hands um, is tight, is wrapped up in such a way that it allows for him to still have some amount of dexterity, but it's similar to what you've seen in pit fighters, and in fact,
Mm.
you've been taught the method of binding your hands for a fight with your fists.
Like what you do for boxing gloves.
Exactly, yeah. You can also see
Gotcha.
some little bit of bandages which kind of peek out over the rim of his boots, which assume that his feet and his heels might be bandaged in a similar way.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So almost like a Muay Thai kickboxer kind of thing
Maybe,
going
yeah.
on.
Maybe.
Is he athletic looking?
Through his clothes, it's hard to tell.
So he's got like baggy clothes on.
Well, it's just they're not tight fitting. They don't accentuate the musculature beneath.
Gotcha.
But you can
It's
see
not
it,
showing off his muscles. or
right.
anything.
But you can see in his movements that they are deliberate.
Uh-huh.
That he resembles a coiled spring.
Okay. That's good to know. Ready to pounce. All right. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Then when he's done and he's on his way, I'll go to the innkeeper and I'll ask him. Do you know of Lady?
Where's your name?
Looking for it. Iraine Torrine.
Iraine Torrine.
Oh no, and sorry. I must have got a frog in my throat. No one by that name is staying at this establishment. I'm so very sorry.
I meant in the town. Do you know of her?
I have heard tell of a minor noblewoman who has been residing within the town as of late. As far as
She's not a resident here.
no, gods, no. She, from what I understand, resides in the country, mostly around Star Alaska. of Breland, and it is a bit. He kind of leans in conspiratorially to you, and he says, "It is a bit of a rumor that she only came here to intercept something which came from," and he kind of jerks his head towards the east, "out there."
What's to the east? Is it the mist?
The mist, the large wall, which is
Uh-huh.
super hard to miss,
Yep.
of this dead gray mist, which is kind of just ever prevalent on the eastern boundary of Breland.
Yeah. Okay. He's suggesting that she came from there.
No, he's suggesting that she's here intercepting something that came from there.
Intercepting something. Weird. Okay. Okay. I'll ask him. So, she's not a resident, but she's staying here, you've heard, and not at this inn. Is there a competing inn she might be staying at?
Well, now that you mention it, it is a point of contention, and he says this with kind of a scowl, in the town, that anyone who wishes to avoid the less savory parts might stay at the White Stallion Inn, rather farther west.
Interesting. I was.
Yes. You're not from here, obviously.
I'm not. No.
Ah, well, if I have my eye right, and I assume that I do, you won't be staying for long, and it's probably best that you don't. This is not the town for the sane or the savory, if you get my meaning.
I think I do know what you mean. Righto. So the White Stallion, you say?
If she were staying anywhere in town,
That's what.
most likely, if she was trying to avoid the common rabble, then yes, she would be staying there.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate your help, and I'll drop a silver for him.
Would you be liking a room, by chance? And he kind of is like, "Come on, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we got
I'll
rooms."
I'll say, perhaps keep one open for me, if you have room.
Should not be hard. So very few want rooms these days.
All right. Yeah. I'll drop a second silver to cover the cost of the room, I guess.
Oh, well. Very well. I will hold one open for you.
Thank you. All right. So how do I convert gold to silver?
10 silver for every gold.
All right.
With that,
2 silver.
Edwin, what are you doing in your room?
I am changing out of my clothes, so taking all that stuff off, and I'm unpacking my little set of nicer wear and putting that on, and adopting the Sam face, and giving it some time, listening that it's maybe not so busy right outside my door. And then I'm gonna try to hit the city to look for information.
Okay. And what kind of information are you looking for?
Well, what I'm specifically gonna go after first is to see if I can find out about the train schematics,
What do you mean by train schematics?
like the general blueprint, like the layout of like what the cars are going to be like, where the cargo is going to be held, like if they have like a modern, like how we have trains where there's passenger cars and cargo cars, and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of like clue myself in on how trains work in this place.
Okay, so I'll say you head over to the station. Go ahead and roll an
Okay.
investigation check for me.
Oh, hold on. He's leaving the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Does he run into me on the way out?
I don't know. Or did you stay?
Well, I was gonna go to his room next.
Oh, well then,
So-
yeah. As you head up the room, or head up the stairs, you see this halfling in finely dressed halfling approaches you, coming the opposite direction.
Approaches me.
Well,
Okay.
comes in your direction, heading
Oh, okay.
the opposite direction from you.
Okay, but he's like on one side of the hallway and I'm on the other, right? He's not like walking at me.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's not at you.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just continue to room 2B.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you go to
You
room
continue-
2B, and there's no one in. No one answers at room 2B.
Okay. I'll wait for a bit.
The halfling passes you and walks down the stairs.
Okay. I'm not paying attention to the halfling.
Okay.
Hmm?
Room 2B
Makes sense.
yields no answer.
Okay. Then I'll
Dave is just like, what is this?
Okay, I'll try to open the door.
The door is locked.
Okay, can I pick it?
You can. You can try. Use your thieves' tools for me.
The halfling's gone, right? I'm the only one in the hallway now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick the lock. If I can. Is there like a roll I
Roll
have
your
to do?
thieves' tools. Yeah.
Thieves tools. All right, where is that? Thieves tools. Strength. What?
No, change it to dexterity. Yeah, you pick
Oh,
that lock
it's
to
open.
room 2B, and
Okay.
as you open the door, you see a human woman who is just in the middle of kind of buttoning up her blouse, and she looks directly at you. You look at her.
Okay.
She
So I
looks
guess I
at
wasn't
you.
being sneaky
and
when
she
I was
goes-
picking the lock.
Well, it doesn't matter. If you open the door, you open the door, right?
Well, I was just picking the lock.
Well, she screams.
Okay.
Perverts,
I'll-
get out!
I said, "Oh, sorry. I guess the innkeeper gave me the wrong key. My apologies." I'll close the door.
Okay, and with that, I'm gonna say it's 9:30, a little bit after 9:30. Do we want to take a break or do we want to keep going?
Yeah, I could use a break.
Did I not write down the right room?
You did
number?
not write down the right room number.
You did not write down the right room number, even a
Nobody
little
tell
bit.
him.
I swear.
Nobody tell him.
I swear he said 2B. You said 2B, right?
Part of taking notes
Um,
includes taking accurate notes.
I did. I wrote it down as soon as you said it. What did you write down?
I wrote down the correct room.